Why is it so boring to stay at home? Come on in, welcome to my home. Today is an interesting topic because it originally came from a whole different place, but it goes to someplace interesting. Simply because I was trying to figure out how we could make our houses more exciting and more, fun to be there. And I came upon, the regular stuff where they tell you to declutter and, have less stuff out. And I'm like, well, that's really great and everything, but why exactly are we not wanting to stay home? I mean, there has to be some sort of reason. And guess what? There sort of is. And there really is something we can do about it. Some of it's simple, some of it's not. One of the first things you have to do is think about, why did you leave the house in the first place? Because that's an interesting question. I mean, realistically, you can probably do most of the things that you want to do at your house. But they're not that fun, are they? I mean, you're at your home and you go to watch a movie. You sit there on your couch, turn on the movie, and that's it. No joy. Now, if you were to go to a movie theater, you go into the movie theater, you get your popcorn, you get your drink, you sit there and you have this whole experience. Wait. What does that mean, whole experience? Well, the movie theater experience. The experience of you going in there and you're getting your favorite snacks, you're sitting down, the lights dim, and then you have the movie. Sometimes they're previews, sometimes whatever, but a lot of times when we're at home, we do the bare minimum. We just sit down, start the movie, no snacks, no anything. That's kind of dull. Who wants dull? I mean, I could do dull all the time, and there comes our problem. We have been told to get rid of all of our clutter, get rid of all of those things which might make staying home interesting. And that's a huge, huge problem. So nowhere in this am I advocating for you to clutter up your house with a whole bunch of stuff. No, I'm not. I really am not. If you want to be a minimalist, cool, go for it. If you want to be a maximalist, that is completely up to you. However, what experiences can you have at home? Is your house even set up for experiences? Now, when you decide that you just want to sit back and read a book, that's really easy. Usually you just grab a book and start reading. But what fun is that? I mean, you can't really just compare sitting at home and reading a book to going to a coffee shop and getting your favorite beverage and your favorite whatever you're going to eat, say like a muffin or whatever, and then sitting there with a coffee shop ambiance and reading. Can you create that in your home? Oh yeah, you really can. You absolutely can create this in your own home with just a few things. In fact, you can even tweak it a little bit so that it's a little bit better. I mean, you're going to be able to create your own drink, hopefully. If you have questions about how to do coffee drinks, I have a playlist of coffee drinks. Hit that card there, it will take you to that. Or if you want a coffee drink that specifically that you want to know how to make, let me know. I also have recipes for how to make all the rolls and those sort of things, those wonderful snacky kind of things that you can have. And that's important. We have a tendency to decide that, if I'm just going to be at home, I'm just going to do the bare minimum I could possibly do and then call it enough. And it's not. It's absolutely not even close to being enough. Do you know why? Because it makes us want to go out. And you really don't have to. You can actually have way more fun being at home because you can tailor the experience to exactly what you want. You can get your music to be exactly what it is that you want it to be. The ambiance, how often do you see lit candles at a coffee shop? You can light candles. Just remember, if you have candles lit, that you have candles lit. You can make that experience your own. The big thing to remember is Go ahead and decorate your house however you want to do it. If you want to do different rooms in a different theme, feel free. There is nothing that says you can't. Maybe you're going to turn that guest room that you never use and you have it, but it's still there, you never use it. Maybe you're going to turn that into a lovely little coffee shop reading room with your most comfy chair, a lamp, a table, so that you can go in there and read. That'd be great. Or maybe you're going to turn that extra room into a gym. That's cool. That's wonderful. But create the ambiance, because that way you can have the experience of whatever it is that you want to experience. And that makes staying at home a little bit better, because for whatever reason, we have a tendency to not feel that we're really worth experiencing things. The big thing to remember is you really are worth it. You really are worth taking that extra time to make your home into your own place, into your own experimental experience kind of place. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. But one of the things that people have a tendency to do is they invest in things which are things, not experiences. Because a lot of that can be a huge mistake. It's really easy to buy something which looks pretty versus buying a karaoke machine, because that'll be a fun thing for you to do. Or maybe you're going to get those limes that you're going to put in your drink that you can make at home and then make them at home. Hey, have you ever thought about taking a mixology class so that you can learn how to make your own drinks? Yeah, that could be a lot of fun. Then when you do that, have those things. Have the umbrellas that you can put into the drink. Have the extra ice cubes. Go ahead and spend the money on the experiences that you would have at home. And you're going to find that it's actually usually a lot cheaper to have those experiences at home than it is ever going to be to have those experiences elsewhere. I mean, when you think about just going out to a bar and getting a drink, you can probably get an entire bottle and everything that you need it to mix with for probably the cost of 2 drinks. That's kind of expensive. So go ahead and get the stuff. Get the mixes. Get those things so that you can have them and you can enjoy it. But that holds true for everything. If it's a game night, really get everything that you'd want for a game night. Have those games, and don't just get the, regular game. You can get designer-looking games that you can truly enjoy. And that can make it a whole lot of fun. And that's what the important part about this is. It needs to be a whole lot of fun for you to do it. It's just like your house, making your house into this place where you sort of don't want to leave. It should make it feel comfortable at all times when you're sitting there in your house and you're going, wow, this is really nice. Maybe I'll have some friends over and we can have a game night. I have a karaoke machine, so maybe I'll play, we'll do karaoke. We could get a whole group of people together and watch a movie, and guess what? If you want to start or stop the movie, you can. You absolutely can do that. Didn't see something? Rewind. See what that was. Make it into what you want it to be. You can do everything from making sure that your house smells the way you want it to making sure the house looks the way you want it. You could even do theme nights. You can have whatever you want so that way you can enjoy yourself even more, because that's what's important, making sure that you enjoy yourself the most that you ever possibly could. And that's the one thing that I learned as I was trying to figure out how I could make my house happier, was I was a tendency to make my house look nice, but I wasn't investing in experiences, things that I could go and do and enjoy. Maybe your experience that you want to have is playing video games. Well, that's really cool. Have you ever thought about investing in things like the lights? There are lights which can go behind your TV or behind your monitors that will actually light up with the game. Those are neat. Those are really neat. Do I have one? No. Do I want one? Kind of. Is your chair comfortable enough for you? Maybe you should invest in a chair. That really comfy, cozy chair that you can do whatever in. You can sit and read a book. You can play your games in. If you are doing things like you like to do artwork, well, invest in it. Go ahead. Get the stuff that you want, that you need to be able to do the things that you want to do. And then staying at home isn't so horrible. And it also helps to relieve that whole loneliness thing. It is so completely weird to think about the fact that you're lonely when you're enjoying doing what it is that you're doing. And the thing about that is making sure that your house is set up so that you can really not just do it, but totally enjoy what it is that you're doing. So that way you can look around and say, hey, this is how my house should be. I mean, take this. I'm filming and this is what it looks like normally. However, with just a few simple modifications, suddenly my house seems more inviting for what it is that I want to do. It seems like, hey, this is a place that I want to do the things that I want to do in, and that can be really important. Because, I mean, look at this. It's not this dark, cavernous place. This is now sort of fun. If I'm looking in the camera to see what I'm going to explain, the curtain that you see, which is normally against the wall so it hides part of my kitchen, it's on a swing arm. It swings out. The lights are just the lights that I can change the color on, because I know that I want to make my place as adaptable to everything that I possibly can. And that'll be fun. I can throw in music and enjoy the sounds of whatever I want. And I've talked about that. Having the soundtrack of your life, that will make it more exciting. Having the food that you want, having those things that you really, can make your life just better. You can do all of that simply by doing a little work. Yeah, it's going to take a little work. It's not like you can just roll up to the house and be like, hey, I'm going to be in a coffee shop today, and you never got anything for the coffee shop. And if you think about it, it probably is worth the work. Do you know why? Because you can make it just exactly what you want. Your house doesn't have to be boring. You don't have to get rid of everything. Reduce the clutter, yes. Find a place to put the stuff that you're not using when you're not using it. Then when you want to have an experience, pull it out and enjoy yourself. I am set up for fall because that's the experience that I want to have. It makes me not want to leave my house and just sit back and relax and enjoy myself in my house, having my own fall experience. Well, what about you? How is your house set up for your experiences that you want to have? Or is it set up for the experiences that you want to have? Let me know down in the comments. If you have any questions or ideas, also let me know down in the comments. At this time, I'd like to thank these wonderful people who keep this channel running, because they help me set up these things for these experiences. And I am telling you right now that, I do think it's the next video. The next video is planning for Christmas. I know some of you are probably going to freak out because it's so early. However, if you really want to have an experience for Christmas, you got to do some work for it. And this is how we can do some work for it, which is to plan. So I want my Christmas to go pretty well, so I'm going to plan for it. If you're interested in becoming one of those Patreon people who get these videos early, we have conversations over in Patreon. You can see what it is exactly that I do with my life behind the scenes, and keep following me for things that go on. And so check that out. You can also become a channel member. They also get early access to the videos. All those links are in the description. And I hope you enjoyed this. And if you did, feel free to share this and like, and that lets the YouTube algorithm know that you want more videos like this. If you want me to talk about a different subject or something like that, let me know down in the comments. I hope I get to see you the next time you stop by.